Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I am so glad you're here. I am going to start doing one of these a month for the mystery school where it's a lot more like an activation that we're doing together rather than just a video for you to watch. So I'm going to start by just doing a little sage. I had the craziest sage experience the other day, you guys. So I do house clearings, which means if somebody wants me to come in and just cleanse the energy of their house, if they have maybe dealt with spirits or just negative energies in there or whatever, right? So I go to do this house clearing the other day and I go to sage a certain spot and the sage legit exploded. I've never seen anything like it. And so that's why somehow this guy shrunk a lot after that. But yeah, thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the mystery school. If this is your first mystery school video you're tuning into, I'm so glad you tuned in. Today we're going to be learning about working with quantum healing. It's going to be more of a quantum code activation where I'm going to guide you guys through a visualization meditation where we will talk about different quantum codes that are going to allow you to access your higher timeline. So that's what we're going to get into today. But I wanted to pull a card and see what messages were coming through for us first. So first message coming through is change is unavoidable. So right now, myself and a lot of my clientele are in spaces where we're sort of being forced to step into higher roles that we might know that we need to step into, but there might still be a little bit of fear of change, even though that we know the change is positive, right? Because maybe in the past change wasn't positive, and so there's a fear around change because the body doesn't understand that change can be safe, right? The next one coming through is see yourself in nature. I truly think so often we think that we're all separate, and the more spiritual work you do, the more you come into contact with the concept of oneness consciousness or collective consciousness, where we all are actually part of one collective consciousness. Us, the birds, the bees, the trees, we're all connected, we're all one, right? And this card really invites us to just remember that and just come back to nature. So we're going to get into our meditation now. You can go ahead and find a comfortable spot. You can sit down, you can lay down. I would recommend you close your eyes. I am going to do this with my eyes closed. And as you guys can see, I've got a little bit of a rock going on right now. I love to start my quantum healing work by just sort of rocking in the body, allowing the body to feel just really safe and supported. And then we're gonna close the eyes. Allow the eyes to just soften. Allow them to close. Allow yourself to drop your shoulders. Allow yourself to relax your jaw. If you feel like you're squinting, allow your face to relax. And just take a moment to think about one way abundance has showed up for you lately. Abundance is there showing up for you right now because whenever you take time for yourself, that allows abundance to flow in. So what I want you to do first is, if you spent these first few minutes just wrestling with the to-do list or the worries or whatever, I want you to take those things and I want you to put them in a box. So it could be a person, a relationship, a situation. I want you to visualize yourself putting them in a box. And then I want you to give that box to your spirit guides. It doesn't matter if you don't know who your spirit guides are. You can just give it to the universe, God, angels, whatever resonates with you. And as you give this to them, we're saying, hey, right now this is on my mind. I need my mind to be elsewhere, but I also maybe need some angelic favor with the box. So can you please help me, protect me, guide me? If there's something I need to do, please make me aware. But a lot of times I find the things we worry about are the things that we've already done what we need to do, and we just need to bring the universe in as our co-creator in that thing, right? Allow yourself to sink a little deeper and take your time boxing up all of your worries and cares. If you need to pause, box them up a little longer, feel free. Today we're going to work with two main quantum healing codes. I prefer to work with these codes in tandem because I do find that the body, a lot of times, if we are doing heavy reset work, the body prefers to work with a code that will fill you up as well. So the first code we're going to work with is the code N, capital N, as in Nigel, R as in Rachel, 42. I visualize these numbers uppercase with the 42, all four numbers just run together almost as if they're a license plate or like a word art, if you guys remember word art. And what I want you to do is I want you to take this code and I want you to kind of visualize it bopping up to your crown chakra, which is going to be sort of at the opening of your head, of your skull. I want you to envision your crown chakra opening just as a flower blooms. And then I want you to put this code of NR42 into the crown chakra. You may feel a little tingling as that goes through. You may feel a little energy in the head or the third eye space. Just allow the code to move through your body. This code is the universal code for kindness, for love, and ultimately is the closest code that we have to universal source frequency. So this code I use for everything. I'm feeling a little anxious, I'm feeling a little frustrated towards somebody, feeling resentful towards a past version of self. What I'll do is I'll notice where that feeling is coming up in the body. For me, a lot of times it's in the solar plexus or in the heart chakra. I'll feel this tightness in my chest or this nausea feeling in my stomach. And I'll just take that code and I'll just insert it into that place where I was feeling the uncomfortability. And it's almost as if when you do that, it starts to dissolve. If there's any areas you feel your body tightening as we go through this, feel free to put that code other places in the body that you feel need love or support. If visualization is a little tricky for you right now, what I would do is I would draw with your finger onto like your arm or somewhere, capital N, capital R, 4, 2, and writing the codes like that on an area of the body is also another way to activate that same universal love source frequency. We're actually going to now move into the Akashic Records. I'm going to guide you through how to open your Akashic Record. And I love using this code before I go into the records because I'm already in this high vibrational state and then I'm tapping into this 6th-dimensional resource, and it's incredible. So if you're new here, the Akashic Records is, think about if your soul left a blueprint before you incarnated as to what you want to do, be, see, experience, have, create, understand. And the Akashic Records is where that blueprint lies, in this etheric library surrounded by guides of light, angels, the lords of the records, and they're all making sure that the information we get is of the light and for the highest timeline. As I say the pathway prayer to open the Akashic records, you will hear me say, I would like to open the Akashic records of, and then you will say your name. If you want to grab a crystal to hold on to, whatever feels good for you, and we'll get into it. I call on love, I call on light, I call on the lords of the Akashic records to open the Akashic records to the highest timeline, the highest frequency, and the highest vibration. I would like to open the Akashic records of, the Akashic records are now open. Amen. Give yourself a moment to adjust to the energy and the frequency. For me, as somebody who's very visual, sometimes the Akashic records, it looks like going into an etheric library. And in that library, I will go into this room in the library, and that room is my Akashic room. You don't have to go here to verify you're in the library. Sometimes they will take me to places I've never been. Sometimes they'll take me to places that I have been. Once you're in the Akashic records, you can actually astral travel and remote view around. So there's no right or wrong as to where you end up or what you see or hear or feel or experience. Sometimes Akashic records just comes through as knowing, a download, a light bulb, picture, a vision. What I want you to do is ask your spirit guides or ask the Akashic records, please show me my highest timeline. Allow them to guide you through this process. You might need to say it a few times. Please allow me to see my highest timeline, the timeline without fear or self-sabotage getting in the way. get downloads of a timeline that feels too good to be true, I love to just do a little EFT tapping as I allow my body to feel safe, jumping to new timelines that may not have been accessible before. Whenever I'm getting downloads of things to come from my guides, I love to say, please give me the confidence, strength, and stability to show up as my highest self on this timeline. Please send the resources, help, support, love, encouragement, self-love, self-care that needs to exist for me to embody this version of self. I want you to now envision your entire body just filling up with light. I like to visualize a ball of light at the center of my stomach, and then it just grows and grows and grows, and eventually my entire body is filled with light. This might take some time. It might happen immediately. Your body might say, I can only handle so much light. All of those are fine. Once you feel your body filled up with light, I want you to say thank you. If you want to sit in this space for longer, feel free. Sit here as long as you need to. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Thank you for showing up for your soul. Thank you for showing up for your mission. And let's thank our guides for the knowledge. I would like to thank the Lords of the Records and our masters, teachers, and loved ones for the knowledge and guidance that came through during this time. The Akashic Records are now closed, amen. this is going to be a day where I'm going to recommend you allow your body to rest as needed, drink lots of water, put your feet in the grass, and whatever else you need to take care of yourself. Thank you for being here, for being part of the community, and I will see you guys next